Welcome
New episode.
to the second
Welcome,
episode,
guys.
Second episode of our the Kos and Bobbi show. We're talking about love
Sex,
and
baby.
marriage and sex. Love, marriage, and sex. Is that the same thing? Is love the same as sex?
No.
Oh.
I think.
Wait, so is love...
What do you think?
You think. I love how he speaks with conviction and then takes it back. So making love is different than having sex.
Yes, I think.
Huh.
You can have sex without feelings, just with your big
Physical
energy,
body,
with your
no
energy,
emotions.
energy that you have inside you for this moment, you know.
Yeah.
And love, you need feeling, you need hug, you need kiss, you need something, you know. You need to finish the love situation.
They say...
The sex, I don't think you need anything. You need only your energy.
Just physical.
Yeah.
No emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Study says...
A lot of
they
people,
say.
I'm sorry, a lot of people, they said that after big fight, they do
Great sex, right.
to make, you know, the feelings work better for them.
I think that's silly, though.
Why? If it works for them? So they fight. If they fight and they can finish this with amazing sex, this is something. Other couples, you know, they fight and then one go there, one go there.
Yeah, I know of a couple that they fight just to have that great sex.
Oh, maybe. This is amazing.
No.
This is amazing plan, you know. Let's fight a little bit so we can enjoy the sex. But it's different, the sex, and different, I make love.
Study says that women cannot separate their emotion from this physical activity. So supposedly, if
I agree.
Really?
100%.
Huh.
My father said something, but I cannot say.
You can't start like this and not finish. Hi. Yeah, I don't know. I think Disney ruined it for us. You know, where there's a fairy tale at the end and the prince and the white horse and this whole picture of what love and romance should be. And you wait for the right partner, the Mr. Right to make love to you or what have you. And now with society, what I'm noticing, sex is okay. Showing your body parts on social media or selling a product by using your sexual appearance is so okay that you don't have to wait for that emotional connection to have sex anymore. That's what I'm realizing, that people are just having sex and there isn't necessarily that emotional connection or emotion,
I realize also these days the women are very strong. And they are everywhere.
Yeah.
They are boss, 20, 30, 40 years ago, the women stay home and wait for the husband and the money to pay the bills. And I have this food for you, my husband, and then let's go into one more baby. Or let's go. Today, the women are so strong.
I know we're in a position that is more equal to men's position in the profession, in the workforce.
They are.
And let me tell you something. That's not always an advantage. It's a disadvantage for most women. Most men say, I don't want to be with someone who's a woman. I don't want to be with a woman that's making more money than me or that has a stronger position than me or because they feel like they're with another man. Do you see what I mean? A lot of men have that problem. A lot of relationships are having that problem. Would you, as a man, want to date a woman or marry a woman that's making more money than you or more powerful in work than you? Let's say it's your boss. You're working for a company and she's the CEO of the company.
I work for Daria.
I think you guys built the business together. You and your wife. You built the business together.
No. Daria, the permanent makeup business, it's Daria Chupes. My wife opened the business. My wife has the idea. I support her from zero. But it's her idea, her business. She asked me when we moved here to help her because she saw one talent on me and because I'm workaholic and I do my job, with my phone, with art and all that stuff, I decided to go with her. So I told her, this business, it's yours.
True.
I will support you 100%. But she knows my personality and she don't act on me like she's my boss.
Right.
If she do this on me, maybe I will stop work for her.
Right.
But I feel amazing to support her and do and work for her. And I pray my wife, and I will feel so comfortable and amazing if my wife make 10 times more money than I make. What's the problem? If we are united, if we love each other, and she make more money than me, where's the problem? I don't have any problem.
I'm assuming this is the case because you two share your finances.
Yeah, we share everything.
Right, but let's say that's not the case. You walk into a company as an employee, and your CEO who makes, let's say, 10
10
times,
million,
whatever,
and you
10
make
times
1
more,
million, yeah.
and than you do. Would you feel comfortable?
No.
You see, this is what I'm talking
I
about.
don't feel like she's my wife. Then I will not feel like so comfortable. Like
Why is that?
she's my.
Why can't a woman be in a
Of course she
position of
can.
power financially and?
Of course she can.
Okay.
Of course she can. I'm not saying I will tell her no, you
No,
cannot.
of course.
But I will feel uncomfortable
But why?
because I think like she is the boss of my life. It's not she's my. I don't have any problem to be my boss for
Even if she doesn't act like your boss, even if she acts
No,
like
everything also it's the relationship.
Right.
If she make 10 times more money than you and you make 10 times less money than her, but she acts so amazing and never make you to feel uncomfortable, maybe it works amazing between of us.
yeah.
But if she act like I have the money, I have the power, so do this for the kid, do this for the house, so you go and buy me this, or this is not a relationship. She will never be the boss in my head. I don't want this. I don't want that kind of woman, because I don't think I will respect her. So with me, it will not work.
Yeah.
This way. But I will be so happy for my wife to make 100 times more money than me if we continue like this, like family, and we share everything. And
You're sharing a bank
Yeah.
account, and it's not separate and what have you.
Yeah, because I will explain you also. If I'm a multi-millionaire and my wife, she don't have anything, of course I want to share my account with her. I don't want to be, with her. No, I have the money, so you will follow. Like, no, of course, the account's for both of us. You can do anything you want. We can talk.
But now we're covering three subjects here.
Okay.
Let me tell you, because we were talking about is sex and love the same thing, and then it diverted into, well, women are in power position nowadays. They act like men, or they're in a position of what a man should be in, and this is why the sex and love making is so intertwined, right? It's almost like the same thing. There is no difference anymore. And now we're talking about power, position of power. A lot of men want to be, or women for that matter, whoever has the more money wants to control the other. That's whole control problem.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
it's ego. Yeah.
I've been in a relationship where a man wanted to control everything, not just me, around him because he had money. Do you see what I mean? Whether it's the kids or the employees or the friends or whatever.
You cannot have two captains in the family.
Yeah.
The captain is one. So I said to my wife, I am the captain of the family. It doesn't matter about the money. Maybe I have the money, maybe she has the money. I am the captain. Of course, we can speak for everything. Of course, I have everything for her. But I am the captain of the family because I grew up with that kind of family. And this is, I'm not saying it's I'm
Correct. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
correct way. But I'm telling you who am I, So
I met a couple married forever, like your parents, and this is one of my favorite stories. I met them and I said, so what's your secret to your successful relationship? And they're happily married. And she said, well, I'll tell you this. My husband is exactly what you were saying. He's the major and I'm the general. He makes the major decisions and I make the general decisions. You see? So it made perfect sense. Like daily decisions.
You think at the end of the day, I'm not doing what Daria asked.
Of course.
100%. But she has to find the way to ask. Sometimes, if you put it on the table and you scare me, of course I will say no. But if you put it, in a little bit different way, of course we can discuss and do everything together. The smart woman, I think, always found the solution.
Of course.
And it depends what kind of man you have next to you. Maybe you have one type of man that you need to push him. Maybe you have one type of man that if you push, you lose him. Yeah? So this is balance between the couples.
Yeah. So let's go back to our original topic. is sex and love the same thing? Or can you have sex without feelings
Yeah, you can 100%.
for a man?
For me personally.
And study says women cannot. I think it's case by case, honestly. I don't know. Is it true that all men
maybe.
are this way? Can all men separate love from sex?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Also, I have one friend, he's crazy sensitive,
Yeah.
and I don't think he can do it. But from the other side, he did a lot of crazy things in his life. Well, you never know.
Right. I think it's the same thing for women. I think study may be right. I think we're trained as women to fall in love, and that you have sex when you fall in love and what have you. But that was back then, where you have sex when you fall in love and you're in a marriage.
Listen,
or,
I think when we are young, okay, you are 12 years old, 13, 14, and you speak with your mother, or you with your mother and me with my father. So the mother said to the girl, like, you will find one good guy,
fall in
love,
get
and you will see.
married
No,
and have
not get married. I'm telling you, very young age, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, slowly she grow. So you will find your first boyfriend, and you will feel very, very nice, and you will feel in love, and you will slowly you will start with your boyfriend to do this and to do this, and maybe you will make love your first time and all that stuff. For the other side, my father, for example, when we are 14 and 13, he said, you have to go with a lot of women, slowly, a lot of women, you have to have experience, and then you slowly, after 30, you will find the big love. Of course, it maybe can happen, earlier, but I'm telling you how the father speak to the son,
Right.
and how the mother speak to the daughter.
sexual experience.
Everything, all the experience. Even if you have girlfriends and you don't make sex with them, but you have a lot of girlfriends, it's experience. You
Of
know how
course,
you are
dating.
Yeah,
Just
dating. Because
Of
if you
course.
have only one girl, for example, and girlfriend, not sex, forget
Yeah.
sex, only one girlfriend, and then after a couple of months you are full in love, and she is not very, very sensitive, and she break up with you. Maybe it will hurt you so bad because you don't have experience. You don't feel before this feeling. You don't know how you can handle this feeling. So experience very important for the boys. Slowly, I think it's for the girls also. But the mother can explain better. If it's my daughter, I don't know. Maybe.
Wait, who's going to explain things to your daughter, you or your wife?
No, my wife, but she will explain what I want to explain.
Would you want her to have experience?
Not too much.
Oh.
Yeah. Very important thing, the boyfriend. If she follow the correct steps, she bring me the boyfriend, I see the boyfriend, and I see that care about my girl, so maybe I will change a little bit my mind. If I see something weird, because I have experience and I can say, I can see, then, yeah, we will have problem.
This will take us right into, do you have to test drive the car before you buy it? Can you get married without being intimate with that person? Really?
Not easy. Not
Really?
easy. Today, not easy.
Interesting. If a girl says to you that you think is everything on the checklist of what you want in a partner, check, yes, she's this, check, she's that, check, and she says, the only thing I'm not going to do is have sex before marriage.
So she never had sex?
Right.
She never had sex, and she said, I can have sex with you only if we married.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, this I respect, but if she said, I will never have sex with you if you don't marry me, but I have sex before with others.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense.
Thank you so much, goodbye. So if you are CEO of one big company, you make 10 millions per year.
Okay.
A lot of money. You have your beautiful car, your beautiful house. You control everything in your life. You can do anything you want by yourself. What kind of boyfriend or husband you gonna look? Better than you? I mean, with more money, with better car, with better life, with better job, or one guy with a motorcycle or bicycle in the street because he is very kind and he's very sexy.
So let me tell you, I've been in this position before more than once where I was making more money than the person I was dating, and both times it failed because I felt like I was the man in the relationship. Financially. No, it's true. It's true.
I believe you.
To the point where I swear to God, one of them said to me, he said, you know, I think we should have kids and you can work and I'll stay home and take care of the kids.
Sure. But you remember the movie Sex and the City, the lawyer?
Same, but it fell apart too. Remember, he was a bartender, I think, at night, and yeah, her boyfriend.
Yeah, but he was a little bit more with the kid and take care of the kid, and she was more.
Right. Look, it works for some people.
Yeah.
It works for some people. I personally felt like I was a man in the relationship where.
You don't like this?
No, it didn't work for me. I have a friend who's financially very well off, and she's just naturally is attracted to people that are more, let's say, a yoga teacher. You see what I mean? So he's not. His budget is on a budget. And so, but it's genuine. The relationship is genuine. They really like each other. And then he'll go to, he'll walk into her house and he'll see her closet is ridiculous. Like he could never. I think her closet is the size of his home. And then they'll go to restaurants she likes and she'll pay the bill because she knows he won't be able to.
But this is fine.
Right, but it made him feel less than. You see what I mean?
I don't know if you can find the balance. If you feel so proud, so your wife, you cannot accept from your wife to pay the bills, from your wife to pay for the dinner and lunch and this and that, you feel comfortable to tell her that I will control your money. Or you don't feel comfortable also for this. It's a lot of things, my love. Because we have one very popular couple in my country, that he was an actor, she was a billionaire, but he controlled her money.
Oh.
So it
That's
depends.
weird, though.
Yeah, it depends what kind of personality you have.
Well, it happens backwards too. I know a lot of women that are managers of their house and their husband's bank account.
You see, when the wife, the woman, she's or the man, they're so good person, and they want for the other half, to feel so comfortable with them. It's not about the money, Andrea.
No, I don't think it is. I don't know. I don't know if it is or not, actually. Because the men I was talking about in my personal life, they were good guys. They're not the right men for me, but I didn't feel like a woman anymore. You know what I mean? In the relationship. Because I was having to pay for, let's say, the trip or whatever, then I was one making the decision. It just wasn't fun. It's almost like planning a date. Most girls, I would assume, or I'm going to speak for myself, I would want the man to plan it. I want him to ask me, hey, where would you like to go for dinner? And if I say, I don't know, you pick, I want a man to not necessarily plan everything, but yes, put in the effort. Show me that you're trying. Choose a restaurant, choose a date, choose a night. Does this work for you?
The food.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends. And so it's nice to be asked, but I would like.
Choose something with Nutella for her.
Oh,
I'm talking to you.
You
Choose
too.
something for. I'm married. I have my wife, but I'm talking to the guy in there.
Yes,
Choose
anything
something with
Nutella.
Nutella.
And if they don't have Nutella, just bring it with you. It's best to date at your level or above. It's almost like choosing friends in business or personal. You are who you surround yourself with. Yeah.
Surround with people that they every time that you talk and every time you have dinner or fun or this or that, they give you something.
I agree. I love learning. I love reading books. I love listening to books.
I don't care and I don't like at all to read books. At all. I finished the university with friends, they helped me.
You cheated.
I cheated, yeah. Now I'm so much. When my parents, they pay for English lessons and English school. I never been there because I was outside with girls and dating. Yeah. And then I have my university. I was thinking only how I will date more girls. So I was very, very lucky, but a little bit stupid also. And now I'm 43. 43, 45, I don't know how old I am. And,
we stopped counting after 40, by the way.
Yeah, and I feel so mad with myself because I think I lose so many years. I'm so happy with the years that I have, but I think when you have to read about your English, you have to read about your English. When you have to study about the university, you have to focus over there. When you need to move for something else.
Live in the moment.
And now I'm so happy because we start with Daria, and Daria helped me with this, to read. To listen, audiobooks like
podcasts,
podcasts and all that stuff, and I focus and we don't watch TV. Every time that we want to see something, we read this, we listen this, and we try to read, and we try to learn more things every day, just a little bit, but every day something. So I'm so happy. For now.
Let me tell you, I think the education system just in general is backwards. I think you didn't like to study and you didn't like to read as I didn't. It's because we were forced to study things we don't care about. But now that I want to read about, let's just say real estate or about art or about whatever, things of interest or of benefit to me right now, and I've been for the past, I want to say 10 years, I've been studying and reading about leadership. What I'm trying to say is, because we're out of school, we're not being forced to study things that we don't like. I love and enjoy reading and studying. Okay, you have to cut because I don't know how we lost. Power. So, would I or want to date someone? You know what's so funny about that question? Date someone who is making less money than I am, or in a lower position at work or what have you. If you were to ask me this in my 20s, I would say, yeah, I don't care. In my 20s. 30s, it would have been a different answer. And 40s is a different answer. It really is so interesting.
And what is the answer?
20s, I didn't care. I was looking for love in my 20s. That's all I was fixated on.
So if you have to pay or he has to pay,
I didn't care in my 20s. In my 30s, it was a little bit different. It was
he has to pay.
I wanted him to at least have a job. And now in my 40s, it's...
In 40s, you want to do dinner and give you one check also for tomorrow.
What is this? A job? Yeah, dating is a job. You got to pay me to go out with you. It's not even a thought.
Course.
It's I want to know his financial situation, because I want to know.
You want to know the truth.
His lifestyle, meaning, what are you responsible for? Are you responsible just for yourself? Are you responsible for mom and dad? Are you responsible for your siblings, your cousins, your neighbors, your kids? What are you responsible for? And this is why I care to know his finances, because I want to know who else am I dealing with. I have a friend, right, who is happily married, and her husband gives her everything she could possibly dream of. Beautiful children, beautiful home, beautiful everything. Just picture perfect. Picture perfect. Now, the downside to this, apparently he has a not so great of a sister who is not even in the same state, completely different state, who is very destructive, and is a mother of 2 kids that she's irresponsible with, and he supports her and her family from a distance. She lives in a different state, remember this. And it upsets my friend. She's thinking, your sister is capable. She's healthy, she's a grown-up, she's responsible enough to have kids, not responsible with the kids, but mature enough to have children, but isn't mature enough to find a job. She speaks the language, she's American, she can drive, she has an education. Why do we have to support her and her family? At this point in my life, all the addition affects a relationship.
Of course you can help, but it's help and help. What kind? I pay for everything. I pay for your rent. I pay for your food. I pay for this. I pay for the kids, for your school, for this, for this. For
They're private school, not just school.
Yes, I pay. Yeah, the brother. I mean, not I. He pay for everything, or he help for one. Yeah, right. For something. You know, I have very hard month. Can you help me a little bit with this? So it's totally different. Of course, you have to be there and help.
That's my point. Not helping, supporting meaning as if you're completely 100% responsible for them. And look, we have obligations. My family's my obligation. My friend is my obligation to some extent, right? And this is why we have the circle that we create for ourselves. And I understand that. But I'm talking about finances and why money is important at this point in my life, because I want to know what else I'm living with and how this will affect us. You know, you could be so happy to help your wife's friend or family or what have you, but maybe my friend isn't so happy and she might have her legitimate reasons. But you see how this third party person can affect the dynamic between you and your significant other? And it doesn't matter how much money you're helping them with, $1 or $1 million. It doesn't matter. It's the idea, it's the person, it's the intention. You know, why do they need help? Because you have money? Or because they truly need it? Or because they're addicts of some sort? You know, alcoholics or drug addicts, or what is it? Or is it because they're truly not are having a misfortune, they lost their job, or there's death in the family or something? Yeah, it depends on the reason.
It depends, of course.
Right, but this is why money is important at this point in my life, because in my 20s I didn't think like this,
Yeah.
nor did I care.
40s, of course you think.
You know, nor did I care, of course. And the way a man lives today, in my opinion, if a man was to approach me to ask me out or to be in a serious relationship, I want to know how he's behaving with his money, because it tells me a lot about his mindset. You see what I mean? Is he frivolous with his money? He just throws it everywhere? Or is he very cheap with the money? Because that also says a lot about someone's personality. So yeah, money is important. And the position and everything else right now, this point in my life, it's important.
I agree.
Yeah. The same goes back to men. Do you care if a woman had money or didn't have money?
When I was 20,
Yeah.
yes, because I want the women. I like older women, so I want the older women to pay for my stuff. I didn't have job.
Yeah.
I didn't have job. I was.
And you didn't feel less than? Like
yeah, and you don't feel. Actually, you feel very smart guy. You know, I'm younger and they pay for me. You know, for this, or they give me gift. You know, because you are just 20. You don't have. You know, you are not a man. So 30s, I was so proud when I date with a woman and I pay. Sometimes I have women and they want to share the bill. I will never share. Now I want to pay for my family, for my wife and all the friends.
I know.
Yeah, I want to pay for all the bills.
I know.
This is my personality. Sometimes.
Is it to show off, or is it because it's out of the
heart?
heart?
Are you crazy? What to show off? What with you or with my wife and my employees? It just make me happy.
Yeah.
I can pay for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, I can pay for all the company.
How about forget you? In general, what do you think is okay in dating? Like, should I?
Men to pay.
Really?
Yeah, I like men to pay. I grew up like this with my father.
So I've heard men say, not to interrupt you, I know it's your upbringing and maybe it's a European or Middle Eastern or Asian, but I don't know about Europe so much, you know, I don't know, but I know in America I've heard men say, well, why should I always have to pay? She's working too. She's making money too.
Yeah, I don't know what they said here. I'm from Greece. But I think I feel more men when I pay for the lady that I will date. You know, even for lunch, for dinner, for this, for that. I feel more men. I feel more happy.
It's just chivalry. The older I get, the more old school I become. You know.
Me too.
And I grew up, and this is the crazy part. I don't know how it's going to be when your son is older, or even the younger generation than us. We grew up watching our father's generation, where the man opens the door, where the man carries the bag, where the man pays the bill. So we looked at them for examples. You just said it. Your father taught you should be paying. You know, you were chasing after girls at 13 years old. Your father said, here's some money so you can pay.
Of course.
You see, so we grew up with that generation as an example. So the kids that are growing up with a generation where, no, we're equal, we pay 50-50, is it easier for them, or is it
I
more?
will not teach my son to this.
So you're going to teach him what you were taught?
Of course. No, the normal.
Right.
The normal is to pay the men.
Right.
My opinion. And I think yours also.
Yeah.
So tell us your opinion.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Do we, now that we're wrapping up the show, should a woman reach for her wallet at a date, or is it the man's responsibility to pick up the check?
Tell us.